Time-restricted feeding or intermittent fasting limits eating to certain hours and leaves you fasting for the remainder of the day. During the day, your body uses the carbohydrates you eat to produce energy and perform its activities. At night, when you are fasting, your body runs on fatty acids and burns through your fat stores to produce energy. It's no longer a secret that this way of eating has many benefits for the body, as science has long established the advantages of intermittent fasting for our health. But why is it so great? According to recent findings, the sun may provide some answers. Our body's functions are planned based on our circadian rhythm, which in turn is regulated by natural lightness and darkness. Based on their circadian clock, humans are naturally programmed to eat during the day when they need energy the most. Indeed, before the modern world, humans could only hunt, gather, and perform their activities when there was enough light for them to see outside. When you put these two pieces of information together, it would make sense that the body functions scheduled to happen during daylight require food and carbohydrates to work optimally. Welcome back to the Good Health Gorilla. In today's video, we are going to discuss circadian rhythms, intermittent fasting, and how the two relate to one another. As always, if you are brand new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below to let us know which topic you would like us to cover next. What are circadian rhythms and what are their roles? Living organisms have evolved to be strongly influenced by the daily changes in lightness and darkness. Sunlight influences environmental factors such as temperature and humidity, which affect the ability of the living to forage for food. If we go way back in time, we realize that humans were also affected by the light-dark cycle as they had to forage for food when it was safe to do so, and fasting until more food became available. Usually, this meant searching for food during the day and resting or hiding at night. Consequently, our bodies have evolved a circadian rhythm, which follows the 24-hour cycle of darkness and sunlight. Every 24 hours, our bodies undergo physical, mental, and behavioral changes under the influence of the circadian rhythm. These changes impact our bodily functions and can influence hunger, sleep patterns, and even hormone production. But how does all this work exactly? When your eyes perceive light, they send an electrical impulse to the hypothalamus in the brain, triggering the production of hormones such as cortisol, which wake you up. On the other hand, when darkness settles, it sends another type of impulse to the brain to trigger the production of melatonin, a hormone that puts you to sleep. These hormonal fluctuations will send different messages to your body's cells, ordering them to carry functions specific to being awake or asleep. How your lifestyle can disrupt your circadian rhythm. Most people do not need to follow the day-night cycle in the modern world. For example, artificial light makes it possible and safe for humans to be out and about at night to eat, work, and have fun. You might even know some people who describe themselves as night owls and love to sleep in late and do most of their activities at night. Some studies investigated the impact of performing most of their daily activities at night on the health of individuals working night shifts. They found that these people had damaged cellular circadian rhythms. Interestingly, there was a correlation between the obligation to work at night and the predisposition to conditions like cancer, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. These findings suggest that leading a lifestyle that does not follow the light-dark cycle could negatively impact our health by increasing our risk of suffering from certain diseases. How can nutrition affect our circadian rhythms? Now, how does this relate specifically to nutrition and eating patterns? Well, as it turns out, the timing of your meals could also have an impact on your circadian rhythms. We learned earlier that those who lived a nocturnal lifestyle had damaged circadian rhythms. It could be partially because these individuals have to eat at night when it's dark out and sleep during the day when it's light out. In 2017, a small study on 10 men might have confirmed this hypothesis. These men had to eat 5 meals early in the day for 5 days, and then were asked to eat later meals for the next 6 days. This simple change in meal timing delayed the function of the PER2 gene in these men, which helps regulate the body's circadian clock. Moreover, eating your meals at the wrong times could disrupt the production of certain hormones that are important to control blood sugar levels, such as insulin. When you eat, you produce insulin, which signals your body to store glucose to provide your cells with the energy they need to get through the day. Insulin also stimulates the production of the period protein. This protein allows your cells to be in sync with each other and follow your natural circadian rhythm. If someone eats most of their meals at night, they may end up feeling tired and sluggish. Why? Because at night, your body is naturally programmed to rest, which means it does not need to access quick energy sources like glucose. Instead, it prefers to burn fat as an energy source. Therefore, when you consume most of your meals late at night, your body might not be very effective at storing the glucose you are eating because it is busy burning fat instead. This results in a surplus of glucose in the blood, negatively impacting your sleep, mood, and energy levels. One of the reasons why intermittent fasting, more specifically the 16-8 method, is so beneficial to our health could be because it naturally follows our circadian rhythm. Indeed, most people schedule their 8-hour eating window when it's light outside, at the time they are naturally programmed to eat according to their circadian clock. Your body functions optimally when its eating and fasting signals are in accordance with your circadian clock. When this happens, your body's metabolic functions are taking place exactly when they should based on your natural activity and rest cycle. For example, we all know that the body produces insulin and uses sugar more effectively during the day when it is meant to be active and productive. Your body has evolved to perform all of its metabolic functions related to physical activity and mental productivity during the day when you are supposed to be awake according to your circadian clock. These metabolic activities are best performed when your body has access to carbohydrates. Therefore, by providing your body with carbohydrates when it is light out, you are providing the exact nutrients it needs at the time to perform optimally. That's probably why people who follow intermittent fasting and eat their food when there is light out feel the best and have tons of energy. The body is a wonderful machine, and it seems like nothing was left to chance when it comes to our natural programming. Everything seems to be working in perfect harmony. Your eating patterns and circadian rhythms influence each other in a way that optimizes your body functions, allowing you to be the best version of yourself. Circadian rhythms and eating fasting cycles are complex topics and are difficult to explain in one quick video. However, we hope we were able to deepen your understanding of these body processes and why they work the way they do. Things to know before fasting according to your circadian rhythm. Researchers have only recently started studying the impact of eating and fasting on the circadian clock. Therefore, while science currently supports the fact that intermittent fasting improves your circadian rhythm, most of the studies performed were small and were done on animals. There is a lack of large randomized controlled trials studying the effects of intermittent fasting on circadian rhythms in humans. Does it mean the science is not valid? Absolutely not. It only means you must be careful in your interpretation, as we are unsure if all the findings discussed in today's video apply to humans as well. Where does that leave us? Well, the benefits of intermittent fasting have been proven in humans, and these include, amongst others, adequate blood sugar levels, weight loss, improved sleep, and better cardiovascular health. Moreover, according to the preliminary research, intermittent fasting could improve your circadian rhythms, thereby improving your metabolism. But this part is still under investigation. Since the early findings are promising, it cannot hurt to schedule your eating window when it is light out. It might even help you feel better and healthier. If you don't think you can limit your food intake to when it is light out, you should, at the very minimum, stop eating 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. Indeed, your body starts producing melatonin at night because your circadian clock signals it is time to go to bed. The melatonin will make you sleepy and ensure you have a good night's sleep. Eating will disrupt melatonin production, which means you might not have optimal levels by the time you go to bed, decreasing the quality of your sleep. And there you have it, the chronology of intermittent fasting. Although it makes sense that intermittent fasting supports the internal clock of our bodies, this area of research is brand new and we are excited to see what will be discovered in the future. If you were already thinking of trying intermittent fasting, it could be a good idea to put your eating window between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. during the daylight to maximize its benefits. Were you inspired by today's video? And are you going to try to eat all of your meals when it is light outside? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's content, check out this related video to see more. Until next time!